Welcome to Water Heater Pros. Today we're going to show you how to change an element on your electric water heater that'll save you money and time and also keep you in hot water. First off, what you need to do is turn the power off to the water heater. The way to do this is to go to your fuse box, open the door to the fuse box, and there should be a fuse marked water heater. If you cannot find a fuse that's marked water heater, look for a switch near the water heater or call an electrician because you do not want to work on a water heater with the power on. The reason the power needs to be off is because you can shock yourself, and that is very dangerous, or you can ruin the rest of the electrical parts in the water heater. After you turn the power off to the water heater, we need to drain the water heater. This is very simple. All you need to do is hook a hose up to the drain valve on the bottom of the water heater as shown. Here's the drain valve and a hose. Just run it out to the street. If you're in a basement, run it to a bucket or to a sump pump. After you hook the hose up, go to the top of the water heater. You're going to have a water supply to the water heater on the cold side, which is the right side as you're looking for it. Turn the handle down, or if you have a gate valve, which is a knob, turn it till it shuts. Now that the water's off, go down, take a screwdriver, or some water heaters have handles on them. Most have a screwdriver hole though, and just open up the valve. Now water won't be coming out yet because you need to have air for water to flow. So what you do, go back up to the top of the water heater. This is your pressure relief valve. All you need to do is lift this tab and water will start gurgling out. Now it takes approximately 10 to 15 minutes to drain a water heater of 40 gallons. Some are a little slower because of a lot of sediment buildup. This is also good to flush a water heater every 6 months to a year. That'll double the life expectancy of your water heater and make it last a lot longer. Now if water is not coming out of the water heater, what you can do is leave the drain valve open, shut this back down, and turn the water to the water heater on. That'll put pressure into the water heater and push out any sediment that might be in there. But right now we don't need to do that because the water's flowing fine. So shut this back down and open this back up. Now, after the water heater is drained, you need to pick the right element for what you have. This is the Bradford White model, which uses the 4500 watt element. It should be on your informational tag of your water heater. If not, look in your owner's manual or go online and look for the information for the type of water heater you have. Most water heaters that are in homes that are on 220 have a 4500 watt or 3500 watt element. Now the water heater's been drained, and we're going to change the element of the water heater. Most water heaters have two elements. There's one here, there's one underneath this cover also. This is the element, this is the thermostat. What we need to do is we have to disconnect these two wires from this element, unscrew the element, and replace it with a new element, which is relatively simple. You've already got the power off to the water heater, so you don't need to worry about shocking yourself or ruining the other electrical components of the water heater. These are the tools that are needed. You have a flathead screwdriver that's pretty long because you're going to need to put it in your element wrench to loosen the water heater. You're going to need a pair of needle pliers and a Phillips head screwdriver. If you don't have an element wrench, and if you're pretty handy with a big crescent wrench, you could use that. An element wrench will cost you about $7 at a home improvement store, and you can pick one of those up when you pick up your elements. Your elements should cost you about $10 to $11 a piece, and you're going to need two of them for most water heaters. So let me show you how to take this thing apart. As I said, it's relatively simple. What you want to do first is loosen these two screws on the element itself. Take your knee in those pliers, just pull the wires out like so, move them out of the way. Take your element wrench, they're all universal, they fit all water heaters. Put it over this. Take your screwdriver, put it in the end of the element wrench, and turn it counterclockwise. The old element out. If you noticed, it's all caked up with all kinds of junk, making the element short out, not producing any hot water. What you need to do now is take a rag and you want to clean out these threads so the new element threads in there really well. Then what you want to do is get your new element, which you bought at Home Depot or Lowe's or any home improvement store. You want to make sure you put the rubber washer that comes with that element onto the end of the new element. That is what seals water inside of it. Take your new element, put it in the hole. You want to screw it in with your fingers first. Finger tight as much as you can. Take your element wrench. Over the element. Hand tighten it as you can. Then take your screwdriver. And you don't want to over tighten these things because you can snap them. Just a little snug. Then take your screwdriver, loosen these screws so the new wires will fit inside of there. Put the wires back in, just as they came out. Push that red button, make sure it's set. Most of the time the bottom element, when it goes bad, will trip the top thermostat. Okay? The bottom element is the same procedure. Just take off the cover. Take off the cover. Looks basically the same as the upper one. Okay. Thermostat looks a little different. Okay, but the element is the same. So take that element out the same way we took the top one out. Replace it. Put this back over. Put the metal cover back over the water heater. Now after you're done with that whole procedure, we need to refill the water heater before we turn on the power. Basically, to refill the water heater, shut this. That is your temperature control valve. Okay? You want to shut the drain on the hose. If you don't do that, you'll have water just pouring out the hose. Okay? That's all complete. Go ahead and turn on your water. Now, as you turn on the water, you're going to have to go into the home and turn on a hot water faucet. Try to find the furthest one from the water heater. The reason we want to do that is we took all the water out of the home when we drained the water heater. So we need to replenish the hot water side of the home. When you do that, you're going to get air. So what you need to do is turn on a hot water faucet inside the home and let the water heater run until water is pouring out of that faucet continually. No air, no spitting, nothing else. After that is done, come out and turn the water off to the faucet that you just turned on. That'll show that you have the water heater full. After that is done, go ahead and turn the power onto your water heater. Go up, and it's really hard to hear, but if you put your ear up to the water heater, you'll hear a slight buzz, and it'll take about 30 minutes for that water heater to get hot. If you have any questions, you can always call us at 702-767-5453. We give free advice over the phone. Also, if you're local in Las Vegas, give us a call. We can help you out with anything you need. Have a good day.